All right, guys, welcome back here to Kings Weekly, number 10. I'm Solid Jake.
And I'm Kubi. And as you could see,
Best of 71.
yes, Temple Storm is now up 71-1 in this series.
Oh,
Barrel Boy's really going to have to step it up to come back here in this best of 145.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
that's pretty close. Never mind. No math.
20. That's a rule.
That is a
It's
rule. That's a rule. No math, sir.
All right, we're getting the draft ready to roll here. Game 3. What map are we going to, Coobs?
We are going to Blackheart's Bay. Whew. That's a weird one, isn't it?
What a day.
But what does that mean? What does that mean, Jake?
Does it mean the Asmo do?
I don't know. First ban Asmodan ever.
What?
Well, they're going to ban Asmodan.
Oh gosh, I thought you said it happened. I was
Oh,
like, what? This is so meta. Okay, no, the ban has not begun. Kubi messing with my brain.
No, just calling it. I mean, when it happens, that's pretty much it. That's the call of all calls. If it happens, then I'm the best.
Okay.
I'm the best.
Okay. All right, guys. He's the best.
Not yet. Not yet. Let it
Win.
give me my moment, right?
Good luck, Kubi. Good
Thanks.
luck, Kubi.
Thank you, sir.
I'm the only one that has the far sight. I am the Rhaegar. Well, this is, of course, match point for both teams. Game 3, 1-1 presently. And the winning team will advance to the grand finals. Losing team will fall to face against Heroes Hype, who just defeated Vortex in that best-of-1 series. And that's going to be a best-of-3 for loser finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So the loser finals are best of 3. That'll be coming up after this. And Blackheart's Bay tends to mean a shorter game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair to say. I mean, when you look at the way that the turn-in mechanic works, of course, you go around and collect coins on the map, and there's basically you killing a variety of camps. There's a couple extra pirate camps on the map that don't actually provide any push power, but they give you coins. You turn in, it starts with 10 coins, you get a cannon that fires off and does structural damage, kind of similar to Sky Temple, if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, the turn-ins get increasing amounts of coins that are needed to get those turn-ins, but it kind of does put a timer on the map. Eventually, the teams are going to collect enough coins to really move forward, and that said, it's not going to be a Garden of Terror length game, so that's something to at least consider when we're looking at those level 1 talents. Perhaps we'll see them go for something that's gives more, instead of taking something like Conjurers, which will pay off quite a bit more later game, maybe we'll see something that's giving benefit more now than it will later.
It's possible. But we're seeing, if it ain't fixed, don't broke it. Zeratul ban, again, out of Temple Storm.
Yeah.
And Barrel Boys, the choice is theirs. Now,
do they go Rhaegar again? Did they ban the Rhaegar?
It's been 2 Rhaegar bans, and it's worked out pretty well for them.
They're going
so
for
they
it
do
again.
So 3 for 3 on the Rhaegar ban. Now, you mentioned Asmodan. We have not we've heard about it. In general, we've heard about it, but we don't know a lot about the build other than it's an Annihilating Globe build, where you get the level 1 where it increases in damage the more minions you kill. Considering these maps run a bit shorter, that's a build that gets stronger throughout the game.
Right.
So maybe that goes against the inherent design of the strategy there. So I could be wrong. I don't know if that's what they're going for here, though.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen it in play yet,
that's something to consider. Nazeebo is going to be the first pickup here.
Nazeebo has been grabbed by Temple Storm both games so far. First pick. They're very much valuing the Nazeebo, which is interesting because around like December timeframe, he was very heavily valued. Then it started trailing off a little bit. Now it seems as though Temple Storm is very much highly valuing this Nazeebo play.
Yeah, we haven't seen double support out of them at all today. I feel like maybe in scrims, maybe teams have learned to deal with it a little bit.
But I mean, this is the first series we've casted of them.
This is
and
true.
Rhaegar has been banned by Barrel Boys every game.
Also very true. But we've seen Uthermouth in the past.
That is true. So, very, very good point.
But maybe that's something that's hard to draft into, and maybe it's just the other teams, outplaying them, denying that in the draft, not outplaying. Tychus Test, and that's a very Temple Storm pickup for first 2. And
but it's Barrel Boys that grabbed it, so
yeah, exactly. Oh. It's I'm loving this. I mean, the teams are consistently getting better at picking each other apart in the drafts, adapting to each other, and then having to change their game. The meta in Heroes of the Storm changes pretty much weekly at this point.
It's a very good point to make. So, what do you think was the key part of Temple Storm's draft lineup that they had last game that they should really avoid or Barrel Boy should avoid letting Temple Storm get? Was it the ETC?
I think ETC was the primary factor. I don't think they did a good enough job dealing with the dance. They respected it most of the time, and they were throwing so much on getting that kill onto like that pivotal hero. Like they were going for the Nazebo, or going for those kills. And Cleanse was, it just turned fights like so fast. Like Cleanse would just be like, okay, you have this guaranteed combo. Actually, no, Cleanse, hold that.
Yep, hold that. I like it. Yeah, so I mean, they ended up picking ETC Brightwing. I would say Brightwing is probably the single best counter to the dance. Something that forces you.
And they had both, yeah.
Yeah, they had both, so they picked up both. That was smart. That was a smart call because Barrel Boys actually grabbed Uther in their first set of picks. So
okay, so they do pick up Brightwing. So Kerrigan going back to the side of Temple Storm with Uther, and then the response for Brightwing. So each team will have a Cleanse. I think Cleanse will be seen by both teams. So that's going to lean towards likely a Blink Heal style Brightwing that runs with Cleanse at level 7. And Uther will be the standard Divine Storm. You mentioned earlier you think Arthas probably is the most stable build. Uther's probably the one next to him in terms of the most consistent.
Oh, okay. You were going to say next. I was like, okay, all right. Yeah, next to him, yeah, I would agree. It is pretty standard. We do see some variations, like sometimes, extra range on heal at level 1 scrap. Yeah, there's some occasional odd picks, but for the most part, yeah, I would agree with that. All right, so do they continue to round out their damage here? No tanks have been picked. Is this where they grab Stitches? Stitches, okay. I was going to say Stitches Brightwing can synergize pretty well, especially if they go Emerald Wind.
Yeah.
And, get that hook pull and then try to isolate out the rest of the enemy team to try to kill that one person.
Look at this world. Stitches has not been picked up.
It's happening pretty common. It's a pretty common thing today. Yeah,
now,
like I said, CS Steve was pointing out, like, he's not been grabbed until, like, 3 to 5 in, like, the pick order, which it's a surprise considering how heavily banned he is.
It's still very possible Temple Storm will pick him up as their tank. It's going to be Stitches or ETC. Don't think it'll be Tyrael, but considering how much work Soldier was getting done with ETC in that last game,
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they pick him up again. And it's like so funny because before this patch, people would laugh at you to say you'd pick up ETC before Stitches. Like that was like, yo,
they did it. Yes. Okay. All right. So I actually want to talk about ETC. Yes. I'm kind of glad they didn't grab Stitches. Actually, the more I look at it, it doesn't really fit with their comp.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you're looking at a situation. If you grab Stitches, you'd prefer to have either Brightwing or Zeratul on your team. One of those two. Uther is kind of okay. Like, yeah, he can step forward and throw down that Divine Storm to just try to lock out the rest of the enemy team. But you really want to make sure you have that way to absolutely lock down and kill the person that gets hooked. If you can't really guarantee that, take the ETC. Yo. But they have Brightwing on their team and Muradin, so I think it's going to be stage dive.
Look at this skin. Look at this skin out of Arthalon.
I'm enjoying that quite a bit. We do have one pick left here on Barrel Boy's side. I think it's going to be damage. We're on Blackheart's Bay. I mean, they've been known to play Raynor on this map. They have Solid Hammer experience here. Who knows? Could be Jaina. Did we see Jaina from them earlier?
Jaina. All right.
Who played
I'm okay with Jaina except for the fact that those Annihilating Globes in this build are actually going to ruin her day. She has the smallest health pool next to Murky and I guess Eric when he gets added into the game. But one of the Lost Vikings. It's going to be Illidan. Now, okay, let's talk about Asmodan. You guys probably don't know a lot about Asmodan, but I am a...
Would you call yourself a connoisseur,
an expert? He was my first level 10 when the beta started here, or the alpha. When it came onto the primary servers, he was the newest hero. Got him to 10 very quickly. Played a lot of him. Speaking to the Asmodee, well, he's a weird dude. And he's seen a bunch of different variations, and Promote has changed the way that works. A bunch of different things have changed. Now, he's a specialist that can summon minions, but he also has Healing Totem, which can give him a lot of sustain. His health pool is almost as large as many tanks, which is a daunting thing to consider. So he's very hard to kill. So percentile things that heal him, like Healing Ward or First Aid, do a lot. But what we're going to see here is a build that Soldier has kind of pioneered. And Zoya's kind of given us the insider info, as he's, of course, a close friend to us. We run that podcast, Town Hall Heroes, with him.
Yeah, that's a little thing that we do. Yeah.
He really specs into the Annihilating Globe. So he gets, at level 1, we're going to switch over to the screen. At level 1, he's going to go for the extra damage every time you kill a minion with it. At level 4, I believe he gets the reduced mana cost on the March of Sin.
No, I think it's extra damage to structures.
Whatever the March of Sin.
Yeah, it is the March of Sin upgrade.
Yeah, or it's called
Ooh, testing his Asmodan knowledge. Does he know this one?
Man, I can't believe I forgot. All Shell Burn. All Shell Burn is the name of the ability.
Ah.
Yes, March of Sin is the
Oh,
level
yeah.
13
Wow,
talent.
I completely blanked it,
All
yeah.
Shell Burn is the name of the ability. So he'll get that at level 4. And then at 7, he'll get the damage over time on Annihilating Globe, which is, of course, the Dunk. And at level 10, he will get Black Pool. So this is a very new thing, pioneered by Tempo Storm. And if you guys watch Zoya's stream, you might have already seen this. But this is the first time we're witnessing it ourselves.
Yep.
So I'm excited. I'm actually very,
I know,
very
this is
excited.
going to be a learning experience for me. We've just heard rumors and tales, legends of the Asmodan slaying kids over on the other side of the winner's bracket. We get to see that today, and none other than to do it, we do have Tempo Storm on the blue side here. Dreadnought's going to be on Uther. Arthalon switching over to the tank role for now. And on the ETC, Glaurung's going to be playing Kerrigan, KO on Nazebo, and Soldier on the Asmodan.
Production things have been corrected, and just looking at the other side, we have McIntyre playing as Tassadar. Is going to be Fury playing as the Muradin. Trummel is going to be on Tychus. Blinks will be on Brightwing in the bottom lane. We do have our Illidan rocked by Fan. The globes flying across the map. What they can do with these globes, and they can just get free siege constantly. I mean, look at this guy's fiery feet. He's summoning that dude. He has an ability called General of Hell. That's his trait. It's his D. He can cast that from anywhere on the map. So if he decides, hey, I want to throw this guy in the bottom lane, he can do that from the top lane. Having pressure across the map anywhere, and that's something you can cast on Bane lanes. You can cast it on the zombie wall. You can cast it on anything you like.
Yeah, looking at the rest of the talents, they're all pretty standard picks. So, of course, Jake highlighted a lot of the benefits that we're going to see out of that Taste for Blood build there on the Annihilation Globe. Is that what it's called?
Yep, Taste for Blood. Annihilating Globe, yep.
Globe of Annihilation.
Wow, okay.
Tricked you.
Close enough.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, we're going to be paying a lot of attention to see how the teams both respond to these chests that spawn here.
Ooh, but Fan taking a lot of damage. He gets knocked back there. He's going to be going back in.
He's
He
going
gets
in.
the shielding from Tassadar. And there's a lot of synergy with Illidan Tassadar. That's a combo we see quite often. And you can actually see a Leech Style. Now, Glau, he's got 5 coins. He does not want to drop these. Arthalon going to peel for him, and he should be just fine here.
Well done there. I don't think the Fan is going to be able to commit here too hard. Dreadnought should be all okay as well.
Yep. It's
too bad.
very, very close call for both of them there. And meanwhile, well, we can see Soldier farming on up here in the top. Looking at some of his abilities, I actually just realized these scale left to right instead of up to down now in Ollie's new UI. That's
what a
actually
guy.
awesome. Oh my goodness.
Shoutouts to Ollie, of course, bringing you guys this nice Observer UI that you guys can see all the talents most of the time that Jake has them up, except for in those team fights. Of course, you want to see everything that's going on. Other than that, yeah, gets that information out to the masses.
Ollie's a really, really incredible person in our community. Why was that one up there? I'm confused. Anyways, we can see right now it's 4-4, pretty dead even. Level 4 talents being picked up here. And Asmodan, does he get the All Shell Burn upgrade? We're going to find out.
Yeah, and we see Brightwing has opted to go for a Protective Shield. Of course, I would have expected that. Regardless, just to get that extra protection there on Illidan. Just, I mean, the healing ward. A lot. I think we may even see. I'm not sure if we're going to see Brightwing on Blink Heal or not, but yeah, we do see that upgrade on the All Shell Burn. That is Burn the Weak. How exciting! Oh, what's this? Fury of the Swarm. Basic attack, splash 50% damage around Kerrigan. I think that's. I was going to say, oh, that's to deal with Asmodan's heroic, but that's probably not the heroic that he's going to be going.
So we're playing Heroes of the Storm. There's also Heart of the Swarm. Now there's Fury of the Swarm and then Fury of the Storm.
Wrap your head around that one. Try to say that 5 times fast. Okay, rounding out some other talents that we didn't get a chance to talk about. Echo Pedal on ETC, of course. That's just that pulsing AoE damage after he casts a basic or heroic ability, and Protective Shield on Uther there for that first heal.
Well, I mean, we're just seeing these coins get turned in. That's going to be a very early turn in onto this middle lane. Yep. Not a lot of damage has been sustained, so that fort will not fall in the middle. Soldier continuing to walk around and just keep on farming on.
Yeah, I was just about to mention how strong Mule is on this map. Not quite as good as on Sky Temple, but we do see that Tassadar is opting to take Mule. So that's actually going to heal up this you'll see that these cannon shots get the middle fort there down very low, but not quite kill it. We
Yeah.
may even see Tempo Storm make a push to
I think they'll throw
finish it off.
globes of annihilation at it.
That's a possibility
I think
too.
the mule is very much in response to this strange Asmodan pick. But look at this; they're putting a ton of aggression on this middle lane, so they're responding with aggression of their own.
Sure, yeah, and they have enough coins to turn into. So when that time comes, they will secure themselves that kill on the fort in mid lane. And yeah, we do see that mule's getting some work done in that middle tower lane. So not going to be able to finish it off.
Yeah, already, I mean, Tempo Storm's strategy seems to be pretty apparent here. Run around the map, farm up as much as you can, and then just let Arthlon, Soldier, get farmed up here in Asmodan. Actually, in the past, we had seen Symbiote back in the day play as Asmodan before. They're the only team we've really seen try to run Asmodan. They've won games on it. They used to
that was the Asmodan
on Mines.
Abathur push comp, right?
Yeah,
That was that type of thing. All right, so we do see this full turn in going here for Barrel Boys. They will get that middle fort, unlike what Tempo Storm was able to accomplish. And that Mule still working hard. Probably has healed up that fort by now. So that wastes like a good chunk of cannon shots. So
it makes a big difference.
It's a nice
really
heads-up
does.
play there.
Soldier, he's thinking about going back for mana, and I don't actually see a way to like count his stacks.
I guess you could probably highlight or run the mouse over that, and that would show you. Yeah, current bonus damage is 54 on that.
Okay. Good to know.
So fun. All right, we do have heroics for Barrel Boys here. We are going to see Metamorphosis, Blink Heal, probably just an extra effort to make sure that they can keep that Illidan alive with Protective Shield and Cleanse. Of course, we're going to see that Muradin on the Avatar, right? He's going to be going in there trying to get that extra peel for Illidan. So Barrel Boys has invested a lot in this Illidan style build. It's not completely riding on it. Oh, there we go. This is that black pool.
It one-shots minions. Now, this is where we're going to see this Asmodan start to kind of show off what he can do. He's going to tap the well, make sure he has lots of mana, because Asmodan is actually a very mana-intensive hero, and I think that's his greatest weakness. Not want to get caught off guard here by McIntyre and Fury. We see the Oracle being used here, so they know that they are being outnumbered, waiting for Fan to make his way down. Fan sitting on 7 coins. Does he opt to try to turn in first, or does he rotate down? All of the members are here for both teams right now.
I think they're probably just going to fight over these coins here. That's 5 free coins, a pretty big deal.
7 to get turned in by Fan, yeah.
Yep. Okay, they just scooped that one up. That's a little fun, cheeky play there.
And actually, they're backing up. They gave him up. And that's 7 coins that got turned in, and they managed to steal all 5. So that's a big win for Barrel Boys over that bottom chest.
That gives them another free turn, and then they have already made a bunch of progress to mid. So right now, absolutely, I'm going to give the advantage to Barrel Boys in this situation. That said, we do know that this Asmodan build gets stronger and stronger as the game goes on. So, I mean, I've been told tales that this Black Pool into Globe of Annihilation can do over 50% damage to some of the squishier heroes like Brightwing and Illidan. So we're gonna have to see the power of that.
Yeah, I mean his damage is up there. He's definitely at the top 4.
Oh, I thought he was gonna save it. Okay.
And he's really up there in the damage, but he's got to back up. He's in a terrible position. A huge rotation up top. No one on his team is even remotely close. That's going to be a kill on that, and he's going for the farm. He knows he's dead, so he drops the Black Pool, and he farms up 1 full wave, getting more stacks. And through all this...
How did Tychus die?
I actually don't know. He must have been in the bottom lane here. But this boss will be picked up.
Did he die to the minions?
That's a good question.
we were busy talking about what was going on with Asmodan top lane. That I don't think. I mean, there was no one from Tempo Storm down there.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know, Coops.
All right.
Well, the boss was picked up here. This fort is under a lot of pressure, and yeah, I mean, the Globe of Annihilation is going to continue to get stronger. Now, killing him does not stop that damage at all. We can see it's got 104 bonus into this point in time, and that really will continue to add up throughout the game. Minions become very easy to kill, and he's just continuing to farm as much as possible. There it is, standing on that Black Pool, cleaning up that wave. The damage over time will secure the kill. And looking at his build, we can see he goes for the Infernal Globe. That's the damage. That's 40%. Additional damage after travel time, or reduces the cost of travel time, so it goes faster, and then damage over time afterwards. And March of Sin, making it so he can walk while channeling his E.
Right. So another thing we actually didn't touch too much upon is that this choice of map, it's very PvE oriented, right?
Yeah.
And situations where you can get picks with Asmodan or just avoid team fighting in general, that's probably going to be more likely to happen on this map than any other map, right?
That's a great point, yeah. And that's exactly what we're seeing them do. They're just rotating around, collecting coins when they can, farming up this Asmodan. He's just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. I mean, his bonus damage, we just talked about it being 104, now it's 142. It's going up quick.
Yep. Yeah, I imagine probably when we hit level 20, it's going to get real scary. Look at this.
It's actually good to point out that it's easy, since these lanes spawn apart from each other. You know, he can soak both top and
that's
middle.
a good point too.
On his own. But they're doing so much work. Like, as of right now, the forts are, it's 5 forts still standing to the 3 forts still standing of Temple Storm. So they're pressing the issue. Barrel Boys know what they want to do. They know this Asmodean wants to get farmed up, and they're making sure to be very aggressive, keeping the structure advantage down. The Asmodean's very frequently not going to be farming, and they're using Brightwing to counter farm in this top lane, and they're holding that experience lead as a result.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like what the best ways are to deal with that. You either gank the Asmodean frequently, or you apply heavy pressure in terms of like 5v4 situations on like the opposite side of the map that Asmodean is. That globe reaches far, but not quite that far, right? So.
And there's a lot of coins available right now. They need 14 to turn in, so we're looking at 12 presently here. Picking up these 2 is going to be enough for a full turn in on the side of Barrel Boys. Only sitting on 6 here for Tempo Storm right now. We do have them here waiting at the turn in. They know this is the case, and we'll see what Tempo Storm can do for defense. Asmodean still in the base, just refueled his mana. He's gotten quite a bit stronger, and he's going to be needed to help defend this.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Oh, he continues. That's quite a bit of farm right there,
It's a lot of farm. It's a lot of farm. It really is.
That means that they're not really going to be able to stop this, though. They don't have the range. Arthlon was thinking about dashing in there.
That zombie wall,
block him out.
That's it, and that's going to be 11 points turned in. The globe is a little bit too late there, but look how much damage
it does hurt, and it's only going to get stronger from here on out. So.
There's the Demon of Hell walking with his frog escorts. Moving on in. Fan looking at Glaurung. Metamorphosis getting a lot of people right there. Soldier is kind of out of position. That Murchison, when he's standing in the black pool, does so much. The Ravenous Spirit is getting a ton of work. Fury, so low. But Fan gets over that wall onto KO. KO needs to get out of here. Can they body block for him? It's really hard to stop an Illidan, and it looks like Fan's going to be able to pick up that kill. 3 members down on the side here now that he has fallen as well. The ETC Soldier is going to fall as well. This is looking really bad for Temple Storm.
Yeah, this is a keep. That's easily a keep for sure. I was basically watching Illidan the whole time just to try to see how Temple Storm was dealing with him, and they almost had Kerrigan alive long enough because of the Uther Divine Storm like stalled out Illidan long enough, and so close. It was like a real close tipping point there, but like once you keep Illidan alive, it was either going to be Kerrigan was going to clean up the rest of that fight for Temple Storm, or Illidan was going to clean up the fight for Barrel Boys, and it just tipped just a little bit in Barrel Boys' favor, and that like swung it really far. And yeah, we see that keep go down.
And just like so many like little things, like Fury survived with like 10 HP. Like, and that kind of stuff, that's what kills you. When people live and they can come back into the fight later, it just ruins you. Now chests have spawned. They only need 3 coins turned in. Tassler's turning in exactly 3 right now. 1 keep down, 3 forts down. This middle keep's going to be very exposed from that turn in. It's looking really rough here for Tempo Storm.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about how this map can be a little bit snowbally at times, and that's the exact type of thing. It's like, okay, we took a nice team fight, we pushed, took that keep. Oh, now that we're retreating, we can go back and take these these chests that have popped up. That's a huge amount of coins turn in. They get another turn in. That pushes the structure more. Things keep feeding off of each other. And we can see that Barrel Boys is really riding this victory forward.
Yeah, I mean, they're pushing on in. It's not a victory yet, but they want it to be. They're going to try to turn this into a victory if they can pick off these 3 members, Glau, Arthlon, and Dread. But actually, we have KO and Soldier here as well, so all 5 are here, ready for battle. The collapse is attempted. We see Metamorphosis going in, immediately going for KO. KO forced to sprint on back. Marcherson doing a lot of work. Once you activate that, you can't activate any other abilities. Dreadnought looking for that big Divine Storm. He hits 3 members. There's the Ravenous, but immediately the Dwarf Toss is there on top of him. Just so much damage being done. The trades
coins
available,
are everywhere.
3 for 1 in favor of Tempo Storm. They're going to pick off McIntyre as well. This is what they need to get back into this if they can get those 8 coins from Curse Fury. But he's going to be so hard to stop.
Yeah, I mean, we have Glaurung. He's mounted up. He's going to be able to get that dash in. The Poli does not have a leap at this point. Apparently didn't have enough mana to also pull out the Primal Grasp. That's why we didn't see him do the full combo there. And the
Where's
dunk,
the glove? Where's the
glove?
Dunk? Yeah! 1,201 experience exactly. That is an ace, and they're going to pick up the boss here. Now let's just look how much bonus damage they have. 242. It's starting to get crazy.
Yeah, it is. I was just about to ask, like, what should Temple Storm be changing about this this style of team fight? And I was watching him. He got very much a full duration on the All Shall Burn. he was targeting the right targets from the enemy team there, and then he pauses it once a couple people are getting low. Black Pool into Annihilation Globe. It did a ton of damage.
Yeah.
It really just like pulled Illidan pretty much completely out of that fight.
And it's really funny to see that like he'll be in the middle of a team fight, but he'll like see minions and just be like, I have to kill them with a globe.
Yeah.
And he'll like opt to do that to just continuously getting stronger. So it's just like a cool like little thing because we've never seen this style be done at all.
Right. We can take a look at some of the other talents while both teams are farming. It looks as though, yeah, we're just going to see a trade in the Bruisers here. See that Stone Form Rewind combo for Muradin. That's just going to be a ton of healing and tons of control in those team fights. Critter Eyes for Brightwing, Stone Skin, Blood for Blood, just survival talents mostly for these heroes. And Dimensional Warp on Tassadar. So all pretty standard stuff. How about Blood for Blood on Asmodan? Is that something you would normally expect to see?
Well, considering it's percentage based, and we talked about his health pool, when you're not getting first aid, you're giving up stuff like first aid healing ward to get those earlier globe talents. You still want to have some kind of sustain. So there's no globe talents at all at that tier, and I think you give up the demonic smite on the demon of hell or general of hell. And I think it's a really good call because it's burst and it's sustain.
Yeah, fits into his the rest of his build. I suppose it's a good point. Those globes are doing over 1,000 damage when you activate Black Pool instead of now Black Pool. I guess we haven't really talked about that too much. It's a very short cooldown, 20 seconds. It basically puts a pool underneath you, and you get 75% extra bonus damage to your abilities that you cast while you're standing on it. So that's why you see him open that pool up, throw the globe, and for as long as he can stand in it while he's casting March of Sin too, that's extra damage. Just more farm here.
Oh,
it almost kills off those bruiser casts. It's really
oh
exciting.
my goodness. It's so cool. Now these bottom giants are going to get picked up. That keep has already fallen, so that is a problem. Somebody will need to defend that because they will have a free entry to that keep, or excuse me, core. And we can see all these coins here. Taking a look at the coins on the map, we're looking at 12, 16, 20 coins on the side of Tempo Storm.
Sure.
And it's going to be every single coin turned in here on the other half of the map here for our boys of the barrel.
All right, so I mean, we're talking about all this crazy damage that Asmodan's putting out, but this is far from over, right? I mean, we talked about the fact that keep is gone. We're at the point where I think 3 more turn-ins will probably win the game for Barrel Boys.
It's true.
Right? Structure-wise, they're definitely.
But you're
ahead.
talking that's a lot of coins.
It is a lot of coins.
Turn-ins
Absolutely, it's a lot of coins.
That's
but
a daunting task.
It's still a timer that's in the favor of Barrel Boys, right?
Yep.
And if
they have
they
Mule.
continue
They
to
have
keep,
Mule.
they do have Mule, right? Something to consider. Right now, I can see this doing work on that bottom keep. So,
wow. So much damage done. Just a Trumbull right there.
Yep.
Got to be constantly aware and afraid. And actually, the other thing about Black Pool is it's been a long time since I've picked it up myself, but I think it has 2 charges. So that 26 cooldown, but I'm pretty sure it has 2 charges as well. Arth making sure he gets these coins here, and we see some more turn-ins happening right down here. Not quite enough here for another siege, but they're trying to catch them off guard. Arthlon backing on out. That globe doing some work to Fury.
So the question is, do you isolate Asmodan in the team fights at this point? Like, has he gotten strong enough where you focus him down as fast as possible?
That's the problem. He's got such a large health pool that focusing him down is really hard. And then you have Blood for Blood on top of that. That's a good chunk of healing. So it's really a hard thing to do. Level 20's been hit here by Temple Storm as well, and that means that the 5th circle, Asmodan, and other empowered ally attacks and abilities, slow movement speed and attack speed. So those globes that you get hit by, yeah, they slow you now too, like 40% for 3 seconds. Look at that. He didn't hit anything, but
look at that, he says. All right, so I mean, we can see the Barrel Boys continuing. I think they're just going to keep collecting, right? I think that's the name of their strategy at this point. Yeah,
that mule is just going to get blown up. It's a misuse there. It won't get anything done at all.
Yeah, no additional. It doesn't. If it saves like an extra cannon shot or 2, sure, that's
goodbye.
Fine.
And that's a fun fact. If a mule is healing a structure, and that structure dies, this was actually a fun fact sent to me by Zoya. The mules die automatically with the structure. They count as part of it, and they die.
Okay.
Even if the structure doesn't hit them, they will die with the structure.
Interesting. So yeah, we were talking about them, Barrel Boys, of course, continuing to rotate around the map, continuing to collect here, and I think, yeah, they absolutely have enough to continue this turn, and so
388 bonus damage.
It's a lot, man. I think it's probably hitting for, at this point, 1,300 plus per hit when you have that black pool underneath it. It's scary. It's very scary.
Almost thinking about turning in, just deciding they don't want to show their position. And they're going to opt to go for these bottom bruisers. They're going to clean up these giants here in the process. Glau trying to hide from them, but I mean, they're just going to show here. All 5 here, all 5 members of Tempo Storm. Again, very, very PvE in this map so far.
Absolutely. Oh, and we actually see the Barrel Boys are rotating top now to take this boss. And are they going to get there in time? That's the question. I mean, both these teams are at level 20. They have control of all of the vision up top, Barrel Boys does, so I think that they're going to get away with that. I'm not
Yeah.
You know, Brightwing is going back to collect that 1 coin that the team missed. It's not really that big of a deal.
Brightwing realizing that might be a mistake. I don't think they can get there in time, though. Arth is going to try to get in there. Can Fury stun out? The stun goes out. Is it in time? No. They get on top of it. They're so the golem is picked up here by Arthalon. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that was actually stolen by Tempo Storm, so really nice there. They pick up 1 kill. Blinks is very low in the back line. McIntyre very low as well. That's 5 coins on McIntyre. They don't want to lose. The Primal Grass combo is going to secure that kill. The Globe is doing so much damage from afar here. Going to try to knock out Blinks. A nice grenade. The Blink heal over that little circle there. And this is, I mean, suddenly this game looks really in favor of Tempo Storm.
Yeah, with this golem pushing, and they're getting that slow. The knockback that Arthalon's going to have here.
Oh,
can Curse get out?
no.
I don't think he can get out.
Oh, this Globe of Annihilation build. Look at it. 31,000 damage. Leagues above anyone right now. I mean, Nazebo's keeping up pretty well with Ravenous.
Nazebo's doing alright with that Ravenous Spear,
is okay. But you're not Asmodan. 160,000 siege damage.
Hey, Jake, I think that's it. They have a golem pushing. I don't see how they
color me impressed. 420, boys. 420 on the current damage bonus. I think.
Smooth. All right, I mean, we're seeing the power of the Asmodee builds in action, of course, and that core is going down really fast. That is going to be a 2-1 victory for Tempo Storm in the winners finals here. They advance to grand finals. Congratulations to them, but hey, we can't sell Barrel Boys short here. They had an incredible game 1.
Wow.
They really brought it to Tempo Storm here, and I can't commend their play enough. They even put up a really, really good fight in that last game. The Illidan play was pretty on point. Like, we didn't really see him getting like super blown up in any of those fights. So they did a good job moving him around enough so that he wasn't getting isolated and focused.
I think they had the right idea too. They grabbed Mule, they put the aggression on. They had a huge structure advantage early.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much down to like 1 or 2 team fights, and we talked about the snowballing nature of the map. So if they had taken a team fight sort of towards the later part of that game, turned in enough coins to kill 1 or 2 more of those keeps, then you have the catapults pushing down, etc. It gets messy real quick, and that game, while it looked pretty one-sided towards the end of it, it could have absolutely gone in Barrel Boys' favor.
Definitely. So Barrel Boys will be falling to the lower bracket.
Yes.
To face
Heroes
Hype in the losers finals in a best-of-3 series, and that's going to be our next game. And then we'll have Tempo Storm waiting out here in the winners bracket for the grand finals.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so I think we're going to try to get that series set up for you guys real quick, and we'll be back in probably about 5 minutes. So stick around for that next action.